All right, guys, as we get set up on Jazz here, let's go out and enjoy a beautiful evening ride, shall we? All right, guys, welcome back to this episode of Rolling with T-Bone as we're rolling out on Jazz. If you're new here, welcome in. You know what? If you're new here, welcome in. My name's T-Bone. I shoot motorcycle-related content and any kind of content, really. If you are new here, I welcome you to go check out a few of my videos. And if you think I'm right for you, consider giving us a like, a subscribe, and becoming part of the Rolling with T-Bone crew. And if you're old here, welcome back. You know what's going on. Oh, on a beautiful afternoon, I actually was able to go without a jacket today. Just wanted to take a nice evening stroll and see what's going on with all of us. You know, we continuing to look good and grow and do our best to make good content. You know, there's a lot of exciting stuff going on for a lot of the content creators on YouTube at the moment. A lot of big things happening for some of them. With the biggest being for, probably right now, the biggest being for Recycle Hooligan. As of the time I'm shooting this video, Recycle Hooligan has shot 3 videos and put them out with a camera and a microphone. And I know you old Hooligan don't really identify himself as a motor vlogger or as an influencer or anything like that, but I hate to tell you, Hooligan, you're a moto vlogger now. It happened right when you least suspected it. Y'all go check out Recycle Hooligan's channel. He makes good content. He's a real guy. He just shoots from the hip and says what's on his heart and sticks to his guns. And that's kind of one of them things you gotta admire. But let's kind of want to talk a little bit about the Road King here. Yeah, guys, Jazz, I'll tell ya, I know I said this in another video and had some good comments, good feedback, but I really have slept on the Road King, guys. You know, all the way up till now, I really never gave these, well, started last year. But I never really gave these bikes much of a look, just to be honest with you, because my mindset then was if you're going to have a bagger, then you ought to have a you know, fixed fairing bagger. But I got that Sportster sput to it. Didn't really give him a good chance to warm up. But I tell you guys, I'm very happy with this bike. Road comfort, just for riding, I don't even know what you could compare this bike to. Not too heavy, not too light. It seems to be balanced out just about right on weight. You know, it's certainly shy of the 900-pound, 1,000-pound mark that some of these baggers wet come in at, like the Road Glide and the Ultra Glide and the Classics and all them Ultra Classics. I'm telling you what, we have got our share of turkey vultures here in North Georgia. I don't know if anybody else has got them, but I tell you, this Road King really does, it really is just comfortable. I mean, but I slept on them, guys. I didn't really give them their due diligence, I don't guess. But you know, somebody had asked me in a private message about the bars. If I'm not too messed up with the bars, I do need to lift them up just a hair, but other than that, I'm not too messed up with the bars. I know these days it seems the thing that everybody thinks you got to have the 16, 18-inch ape hangers, the meat hooks. Yeah, I don't know. This right here is actually pretty comfortable. I noticed that my right hand doesn't bother me as much when I ride this bike. But yeah, tell you, the Road King is it's been pleasantly surprising to me. I will say I really wasn't expecting this when I got this bike. I really wasn't expecting to, because I knew what I wanted the bike for. I knew what my purpose was. You know, it's a base of what I want to do, but I knew I really loved the way it looked, loved the way it sounded, loved the way it rides. I have to say right now, probably that the Road King is the total package. Don't do it, squirrel. You can see plenty of wildlife on Rolling with T-Bone. But yeah, that's, you know, I like the road glides. Of course, I had the Tour Glide Midnight Express. But, you know, it kind of gets to a point to where you really have to question, do you actually need to be riding around with all that weight? But you know, I guess if you don't have any kind of medical issues, I guess it really don't matter. But you know, I get stiff joints, got a bad back from a motorcycle wreck several years ago, and I can handle the heavier bikes. Why do it? Because I'm handling this Road King just fine. Of course, the only thing I might end up doing, like I said, is just raising up the bars, lifting them up just a little higher than what they are. And I hope the audio's coming in good. I know it's pretty windy out here today. All right, is that a dog or is that a donkey? It's a dog. There you go, buddy. Get out of the road. Dogs and squirrels and what was it the other day? Turkey vultures and dogs and all kinds of wildlife here on Rolling with T-Bone. But I think our depiction of the Road King in the very beginning might have been the wrong depiction. And of course, you know, this is one of those bikes that you really have to ride it to appreciate it, I guess, or need it to appreciate it. And of course, I didn't actually need it. This was kind of one of them I wanted it things. But I tell you guys, if you was going to come to me right now and you was going to say, you know, I'm looking for a comfortable bike that I can do some heavily traveling on, I would absolutely have to recommend you looking into a Road King for yourself. I really would. Oh yeah, man, that would really be my suggestion, would be to check into a Road King. Not to say that it would be right for you, because you know what's right for me may not be right for you, vice versa. But I tell you, I love the way this Road King rides. Now, another thing I wanted to talk about, for those who've been here for a while, y'all know that I have touted and I have really spoke up for Dunlop tires. I am a Dunlop fan, but I was talking to Milkman. I just had a rear tire put on this bike last week maybe, and I was talking to the Milkman and I said I probably will just go with a Dunlop 404 because it's a heavier rated tire. He said, really, it costs a little more. He said, but I got a tire I want you to try. He said they really seem to work out better. He ran it on his Road King, and it's the Bridgestone Commander 3. So I'm going to do a ride on these Bridgestone Commander 3s, and I'll give y'all a review on them. But y'all know I'm Dunlop man through and through. Of course, this does have a Dunlop on the front of it, but I'm going to try the Bridgestone. If I could get, you know, more mileage than out of the Dunlop 404, I'm all for that. But time will tell. I think, you know, and That's one of the things we know about motorcycles, is that every motorcycle absolutely has its own, every motorcycle has its own personality. And each one handles different. Each one rides different. You can take two bikes that come back to back off of the assembly line floor, and they'll be totally different motorcycles. Each bike has its own personality. And so far, I've meshed with about every bike I've had, personality-wise. And of course now, too, I'm not a hot dogger. I'm not just out here hot dogging and riding hard all the time. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I had to pull over real quick. Kind of felt like I had a bee with me, but I didn't. But yeah, I'm just not a hot dogger. Tell you what, it's too hard to get these bikes and keep them up just to burn them up going down the road all the time. But I baby my bikes. Big Papa, I baby Big Papa, baby. I baby Big Papa bad. But I've reached that age too where I really don't have to be going 90 to nothing all the time. But yeah, man. Tell you something else I like about this Road King is it really doesn't seem to matter how fast I'm going. Like right now, I'm running about 40. And it's just as comfortable cruising around at 40 as it is hitting the interstate and running 85. But that's kind of the way Big Papa is too. And I talk about Big Papa being comfortable. Big Papa is comfortable. Now, they feel about the same. Of course, Big Papa offers a different kind of ride than this Road King does. But of course, Big Papa is soft tail. But the Road King here has air ride suspension all the way around. And I tell you something, guys, it's hard to beat good air ride suspension that holds its air and doesn't leak down and do all that. I could do like Eric and Tanya over BP Customs and put it on, just slam it out. Which I might, I don't know. Right now I'm up in the air about exactly where I want to start with this bike. Because my plan right now is just to ride it through the summer, you know, learn it, find out what it needs, find out what it likes, where it likes to be, find out what kind of quirks it has, because I'm going to tell you, and this kind of goes for new riders too, I don't care what kind of motorcycle you buy. If you're buying a used motorcycle, you're going to end up buying a motorcycle that has some kind of quirk that is going to be particular to that motorcycle. And if you're buying from an honest seller, then they'll tell you about the quirk. You won't have to find it the hard way. Kind of like this series that Shade Tree Surgeon's got going on with Joe, the Mountain Jedi, on Mondays. It ran when it was parked. You're going to run into that a lot. You'll run into a lot of the, you know, a lot of times, and I see them come across. I'm on Facebook Marketplace. I at least check in at what's new about every day. And you get a whole lot of it ran when it was parked. And you also get a whole lot of I took it in on the trade, I don't know nothing about it, or they paid me with the motorcycle, I did some work and they give me the motorcycle to pay for the work. You see a lot of that around here. I don't know if it's like that way, if it's that way all over the place, but there's a ton of those. I took it in on trade, don't know nothing about it. Or it ran when it parked, or I did some work for somebody and this is how they paid me. You know, and a lot of times I've noticed that those poor guys that, you know, I did work for it and they paid me with the motorcycle. A lot of those poor guys end up losing money because they end up with a $3,000, $3,500, say somewhere between a $3,000 $3,500 and a $5,000 motorcycle. And of course, they've got it listed for $8,500, $9,000, because that's what the guy who traded them the motorcycle to do the work told them that it was worth. And I called one guy one time. He had a Dyna. It was a 90. Excuse me, guys. The pollen's getting to me. He had a 90. It was either 96 or 97 White Glide. Now, it was a good looking bike. It was the yellow and black Dyna. Good looking bike. It might have even been a 95. But his, it read, I did some work, poured some concrete for a guy, and I worked out in trade this motorcycle. I'm not a motorcycle rider, so I really don't know anything about the motorcycle. So he put his phone number, so I called him and kind of introduced myself, and we talked for a few minutes, and I just kind of straight up told him, I said, brother, I mean, I know the guy you did the work for probably told you that bike was worth about 8,500 bucks. I said, but in reality, in today's market, you've got about a $4,500, $5,000 bike. If it's in good shape and it don't need anything. He said, yeah. He said, you're not the only one who's told me that. He said, I really don't know what to do. He said, I did this job for this amount of money, and I told him, I said, well, my suggestion would be, learn how to ride the motorcycle, get some enjoyment out of it. And he hawed around, and he said, yeah, he said that, that may be an option, that may be something that I end up doing. But and another one of these ads that gets me is don't lowball me because I know what I got. You know what you think you got. And that's another thing too, is motorcycles do crazy stuff on Facebook, I've noticed. One week or one particular amount of time, you can buy a Sportster for 2,500 bucks, and then go back on there again in a couple of months, and all the Sportsters are running $6,500, $7,000. And it's like, oh, really? And I love Sportsters. Everybody who's been with this channel for a while, y'all know I have no problem with the Harley Sportsters. I've owned a few, loved them every one. But now, of course, that may change a little now, being as how, 2022, I think it was the last year of the air-cooled Sportsters, the Evo Sportster engine. They switched over to the Sportster S. But, still, I don't know that your Evo Sportster is going to be worth $8,000. I mean, it's going to have to be a special Sportster to be worth $8,000. And because here's the thing, it's not like they stopped making them and you can't find them. Sportsters went into production in 1957, and they're still in production today. I mean, Ironheads were produced for 25, 30 years. Then they did Evos for 30 years, 38 years. So yeah, I mean, it's not like there's just going to be absolutely no Evo Sportsters to find. But yeah, they do weird things. So if you're in the market, just know that you might end up getting weird vibes off of it. Like the Ironheads. I've seen Ironheads go for as low as $1,200 all the way up to $10,000, and it's like, good grief. And a lot of times they think that they can sell big on the customization work that they've done to it. Especially if you get a bobber or a chopper with an Ironhead engine on it. If somebody built that to their specifications, built a bike that they like, you know, it's worth that to them. And then not say it's not worth it. I won't say it's not worth it to anybody. But to sell that bike for that kind of money, you're going to have to find somebody who has the exact same taste that you have. And that's rare. But yeah, man, riding Damascus Circle here. I haven't been down this road in a while. I like to get out sometimes and just cruise the back roads of my hometown. Take my time, look and see what's changed, which in our area here, Georgia Hillbilly will tell you, not a whole lot ever changes. Maybe a camper gets slid in and out of a place, but outside of that, not a whole lot ever really changes. But man, I'll tell you guys, I've got to talk about the channel just a minute. We're growing. I think we're at the time of me shooting this video, we're like 506, 507 subscribers, something like that. You know, I have never put out a number. Good grief, what a hump. I have never put out a number that I was shooting for, because I've never been shooting for a number of subscribers. That's not something that that's not what my focus, my running goal of this is. Oh, and Georgia Hillbilly, I don't know, you might know, you live in this area, but if you can remember from US 101, a guy they called the Birdman used to come on there and do the Chattanooga Choo Choo whistle and all that. He lived right here. I'm not sure if he still does, but the Birdman, that's where he lived. Kind of a local celebrity, and he would let you know exactly who he was. He would walk up to you and dude, he would go straight into his radio spiel, doing it just like he done it on the air for all them years. But yeah, man, the page here is, the channel is growing, you know, and I think we're getting all good people in. We have gotten a group here on my channel, on other channels, Recycle Hooligan channel, Flipping the Blue Mule, Randy Rider, you know, Slickhead Customs, Hippie's Chopper Corner, Hippie Trev, Julie Smith, R1, Princess Diana Pillion from Randy Rider's channel, Randy Rider's Better Half, you know, Loose Juice. We've got a pretty good community of good folks. We've got a good community of good folks, and we're starting to become a pretty tight-knit community. You know, you got guys like I said, a Recycle Hooligan, Egghead Rocks, Sick Bastard. And you'll have to go check out Sick's channel, and he'll tell you why they call him that. Sick is a good guy. Actually, he was one of the winners from, he won the white FXR from the Forgotten Angels raffle. Great guy. He's another one of those who's trying to get his channel together, get his motor vlogging together. But our community here, through the Shade Tree Army, as it were, we're getting to be a pretty tight community. We really are. We're always there for showing up for each other and supporting each other's videos when they come out. You know, trying to leave positive feedback. You know, I picked up Dave over in Australia, Dave's channel. Remember to go give Dave a subscribe and tell him T-Bone sent you. It won't get you anything, but you know, just a lot of familiarity. We've all become familiar enough, you know, like on my channel, on when I do live premieres, you've got Recycle Hooligan, Flipping the Blue Mule, Toga, Julie Smith, Neil M, Georgia Hillbilly. We've all become a pretty tight group of people, and through supporting each other, we all trying to grow, and I want us all to grow together. You know, I've said that a million times in videos. I don't see why one of us has to outgrow the other. I think we all need to grow. We can all grow together. if we just stay cool and support each other. But you know, most of us that are regulars on each other's channel now, I think all of us pretty well much met through Shade Tree Surgeon, and you know, part of the Shade Tree Army or whatnot. But you know, that's just one of those things that when you meet good people and you have good conversations, and you know, nobody's got an ego about anything, and everybody just enjoys each other's company, and we enjoy watching good motorcycle content, because at the end of the day, motorcycles is the thing that has really brought all of us together. The love of motorcycles, the love of riding. Like Keith Huntsman, he's working on getting him a bike. I know Tony Munkins is working on getting his bike out and going. You know, Tony lives out there in Vegas, so you know, I want to see all those guys shooting content. You know, I'm here for it. I'm there for it. I spend a lot of time on YouTube, watching stuff on YouTube, but y'all know I'm a pirate man, and right now Netflix has got Black Sails, so I've been over on Netflix rewatching Black Sails. Love my pirate shows, movies, but for the most part, I'm still on YouTube more than I am anywhere else. But I tell you something, guys, you know, it's good to have a community like that. You know, of course, a lot of us haven't never met face to face. Of course, I've met Flip and the Blue Mule face to face, met the Hillbilly face to face, and I'm hoping to at some point meet everybody face to face. I know Buck Brown. Go check out Buck's channel. Buck Brown comes through here, through our area. He was just through here a couple of weeks ago, but my schedule wouldn't allow me to meet up with him. I'm not sure if he got to meet up with Flip. I just know when he was coming through, at the time he was coming through, I was at work. So, but yeah, man, you know, I hope we can all get together maybe one of these days and do a content creator ride, you know, because we're not really excuse me, guys, I'm sorry, that pollen is rough. You know, I like the analogy sometimes that Shade Tree Surgeon uses. He will say YouTube has made the world a lot smaller. And I get what he means by that, because, you know, it doesn't seem like we're really all that spread out. I mean, like Georgia Hillbilly, me and Georgia Hillbilly both live in the same area. We're probably not 10, 15, 20 minutes away from each other, you know, as the crow flies. Flip and the Blue Mule. Flip's about probably 30, 35 minutes away from me, you know. Hooligan is in Fort Payne, Alabama, and from me to Hooligan, it's probably about a 2.5 hour ride. Not bad. But, man, I'll tell you, for me, it's finding time. Because y'all have heard me say it a million times in my videos that spring and fall are my two busiest times of the year, because that, you know, that's when I have sports going on. Soccer is happening exactly during spring and exactly during fall. I have it twice a year. And as a matter of fact, on my side, my fields are the only ones right now that actually have sports on them twice a year. So I have to keep them looking snazzy as I can, which I've got some heavy work I got to do on my fields this summer. I've got to do some grading on one and try to level it up. But I hope this audio is coming across clear. I've told you all about the camera the microphone that I use. It seems to work out pretty good to only pick up my voice. My voice seems to cancel out any other noise. As long as I'm talking, The only thing that the microphone picks up is my voice. And that's pretty cool for like a $7.99 microphone that I bought from Walmart. And it is actually the ONN brand. But guys, I've been impressed with these microphones because I put these microphones in some weird places trying to record audio. And now I do have to keep them not so much in in my full helmet when it's closed up. I don't have to keep it directly in front of my mouth. But like today, riding with my skid lid and the camera mounted to my skid lid, I have to pretty well much keep the microphone as close to my mouth as I can get it. Not to say that you can't hear me if it slips away, but it comes in clearer the closer it is to my mouth. And that's what I was telling Hooligan. He was trying to get his microphone figured out where to place it at. Probably, because it's going to sound like Darth Vader when you breathe him, because mine does. I'm fat and it's getting to be summertime, so they'll just have to look past me. But we all heavy breathe, I know. But that's probably where you're going to pick up your clearest audio at, is with it being close to you as you can get it, close to your face as you can get it. But man, guys, what a day. I hope you guys are actually getting to be able to get out, even if you are not riding, just walking around in the yard, enjoying time outside. I hope y'all are getting to enjoy this beautiful weather that we're having right now. But I tell you, it was a long winter, guys, and we just through this past weekend. We just got through blackberry winter, what we call here blackberry winter. The blackberries started blooming. So we've gone through dogwood winter, now we've gone through blackberry winter, and today is like Tuesday. By Sunday here it's supposed to be 80 degrees, so we're getting into the late spring, early summer weather now, so getting into the nice riding weather. You know, you'll still have your days of rain. Of course, rain's everywhere, but for the most part, we're getting close to May. You know, which not to say we're still not going to have some chilly mornings. We can still have some mornings where it dips down into 30s. But for the most part, I believe we're in the clear. God, I love the way that 2-in-1 header sounds. But you know, the True Dual sound good, and I tell you, Road King Andrew has got the True Dual fishtails on his. Man, they sound good, but I like that Vance and Hines header on there too. It sounds good. But I tell you what, guys, I think that's going to bring today's episode to an end. I think I'm going to lay it down right here. So I want to thank y'all for coming along with us and enjoying the ride, getting to see some beautiful country. But if you are new here, guys, if you just now stumbled up on us and this is the first time you've ever watched Rolling with T-Bone, I'd like to welcome you to take a little time, watch some of my videos, make sure I'm right for you. And like I said at the beginning, if I am, consider giving us a subscribe, a like, share. Tell all your friends about Rolling with T-Bone. But I tell you what, guys, until the next time, y'all take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and hey, thanks for watching.